friends. Before we get started tonight, I want to show you my co-hosts. Frida over here, she has completely taken the blanket off the pillow, and Sweetie right here. Sweetie with her tail wiggling. These two have been naughty today. And I have my pajama pants on, and you wouldn't even know that if you hadn't have seen it. So welcome to my channel, everyone. All right, so I asked you guys to send me questions, and holy moly, do I have a lot. And a lot of them are like questions I've never answered before, so I'm super excited about that. A lot of them are related to the Duggars, which is funny. There's some personal questions, there's some not personal questions, there's some random questions, there's some not so nice questions, but you know what? I'm gonna answer them, guys. I'm gonna answer all these questions because that's what I'm gonna do. And Sweetie and Sweetie is off the couch now on the floor, and Frida has taken over the whole couch. So, all right, so we're just gonna jump in. I want to start with this first one because it kind of reminds me of what I was doing earlier tonight. This one makes me laugh, and it says, this one comes from someone named Crazy Conspiracies, and it says, don't all those hate videos about you on YouTube just bring more traffic to your channel? Well, that's interesting. I think it's a mixed bag, Crazy Conspiracies. Now, if you followed me for any length of time, you know that there's a lot of different channels that like to talk about me, which is fine. I have nothing against people actively criticizing me. It's what I do for I'm a commentator, so I understand that people are going to commentate about my commentating. So some of them, I would say, bring peak interest into the channel. Interestingly, some of them have brought people here because they're expecting to see this like crazy lady that's like super liar, pants on fire, and mean, and then they're like, you're not mean. I actually kind of like your content. I can't even tell you how many people over the last few months have come through from some sort of channel or heard some sort of drama, and they're like, I actually really like you, Katie. So yes, in a way, those channels have helped my views. So thank you guys so much for talking about me on the YouTube. You heard it here first. Okay. This question made me laugh so hard, and it comes from Nick03Peace on Instagram. Did you see the stupid black hat on Jessa and Ginger's recent photos of her last minute trip? I don't know. Jessa's stupid black hat. Did you see that stupid black hat? Oh, I wonder if I can find it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I bet Sia has it on her Instagram. Okay, I got it.
Hey y'all, last 6 months I have been...
Oh, that was Sia. She was doing her, I'm gonna get you this stupid black hat so you can see it. That's Lori Vallow, in case you're wondering. You guys are like, you like hate their... I'm gonna let you guys decide if you like it or you hate it. And then, okay. I don't get this hat at all. There's the hat. Oh God, there's the hat. So you guys tell me, what do you think about the hat? Do you like the hat? Yes or no? You can do a Y or an N, and then I'll tell you what I think about it. I don't know what I think about it. It's not very flattering. But, you know, she doesn't have... I don't know why they have those hats. Is their hair not modest now? I don't know. I'm not sure, Brie. Yeah, it's not the best hat. She does look like she might be going to a dude ranch. It looks a little small for her. Nobody likes it. Oh, Holly likes it. Holly said it's too small. Nadia says it's too small. They don't know how to accessorize. It's on top of her hair and do not like. No. Oh, there's a resounding no here. They're just trying to be Joanna Gaines. Oh, is that what it is, Layla? Okay. She's trying to be Lauren at Christmas time. Wait a minute. I thought Lauren was always trying to be everyone else, you guys. And what? Hey, didn't anyone teach them that wearing a hat at the dinner table is really, like, not good manners? I'm not answering questions from the live chat. Okay. Next question comes from Kristen Brett says, how do you not rip your hair out researching these fundies? They kill me. They definitely test my patience. Like, for instance, tonight I was having this just mad sense of rageness when I was looking at Lawson Bates' most recent tweet where he was talking about Bernie Sanders. And listen, I'm not trying to be political, but he was basically like talking about how, you know, Bernie wants to give away everything for free, right? Like the welfare and stuff. And then that just made me think about how, didn't Lawson just have this GoFundMe where he promised people that he was going to bring this little girl to the United States and he wanted to raise $100,000, and now he's back in the United States? That girl is no longer with him. Where's the money, Lawson? That made me think of him being like, if it's welfare free, it's not okay, but if it's grifter free, it's fine. So yes, there are times when I'm like covering these people, I want to rip my hair out. For sure. 100%. Yeah, so Lawson wants to help the poor in the Philippines that can't really be helped, and then he'll just pocket whatever's left over. Yeah. All right. He has the worst Twitter. If you ever want to be like Mr. Cliche, stupid quote guy that's fake deep, that's Lawson Bates. Throw in some really cheesy lines about how he hasn't met his girlfriend yet, and then double down on some bad politics. There you go. There's Lawson's. All right. Oops. The next question is from... Ooh, Kristen Brett had a bunch. Do you think one of the Duggar kids will ever openly speak out about how they were raised? I do expect someone eventually to come and speak out. I got a clue today because I was... remember we had the whole lunch thing and Jill wasn't invited. And then someone on Instagram told me that their parents are local there and she's all but shunned. And then I did reach out to some other people that are connected and I asked if Jill was invited and they said no. And they were sad about that. And so if anyone were to speak out, I would expect it to be Jill. Do any of the Duggars use birth control, and if so, who? Jill does. Jill Dillard and her husband have talked about that. I don't think Josh and Anna obviously have 6 kids, so they don't. Jessa and Ben clearly don't. They already have 3 kids within like 5 years. I don't really know if anyone else does. They would have to not be... I could see Joy, maybe. Maybe not. I don't think so. I could see Abby and John David, to be honest. I could 100% for certain see Abby and John David. But the only one that we know for sure that does is Jill, because they've openly talked about that on Instagram. All right. The next one is from Angel Eyes. How long have you been doing this for? Well, I've been blogging since 2013. Yeah, I've been blogging since 2013. And I've had a following since 2013. It's built slowly. And then I've been really doing this kind of content for like 2 years. But I've been on YouTube for not even a year yet. So it'll be a year in March. I did some other stuff on another channel, but. Fiffy Mac asks, how do you deal with haters and people who make up stories about you? Okay, so I'll tell you a story. When I was blogging and just like writing, there was this group of people that like really didn't like me, specifically like a couple girls, and they just kept spreading this rumor about me, and it wasn't true, and it bothered me a lot. And then when I got bigger on YouTube, those same people infiltrated a Teen Mom group and then spread that rumor, and then another YouTuber decided to say that thing on her channel. And that specific rumor, I think that one was harder than anything else. But everything else, all the other rumors, I just don't even listen to. Like, some of them are so ridiculous. Like, I remember in the thick of the Amber Portwood stuff, I was getting messages from people telling me that I was literally having relationships with Andrew Glennon, and that's how I was getting the information. Like, somehow I was telepathically through phones or something, or Skyping, I don't know, I was having relations with him. My husband was also in the Illuminati. There was another one that we were satanic worshipers. There was another one that we were white nationalists. You know, we know our truth, so I just don't even like pay attention to those ones. And now at this point, I just don't even pay attention at all. So it used to bother me, but now I just don't even care. Which Duggar do you hope will be the next to escape? I want them all to leave, to be honest. But Jana, for sure. Teen Mom Shade Room, I can't stand. Yeah, she's kind of obsessed with me, but whatever. Let her be obsessed. Okay. Where did you get your theme music and who composed it? I actually just made it through a website. The music was pre-made, so I didn't make it. I didn't make it, sorry. That's all I have for that one. Have you ever spoken to the women from Escape from Polygamy, and are they still helping? This is from Elf and Theo. I've spoken to Amanda. Here's an interesting story, though. I had Melissa Ellis on the channel a couple weeks ago, and she's from the same group. And she was older than they are. And she was very adamant that these girls did not rescue these people or help these people leave. In fact, now that I've been more connected into this world, I've learned a lot about escaping polygamy to the point that the entire show was manufactured and fake. They did help their siblings, according to the people I talked to, leave their organizations, but they didn't help the people leave the FLDS or the other groups. In fact, the stories that they all featured on escaping polygamy were things that had happened years and years and years before and didn't actually happen in real time. And they were not involved in them. So Lifetime basically just made it fake. And I think that was part of the reason why it didn't resonate with people. And the interesting thing is that one of the people now that was on the show, Jessica, she's lobbying for this polygamy bill to pass, which would decriminalize it, which makes no sense. If you're against polygamy, it should be a crime. But she's saying that she's going to help people escape, but she wants to make it an infraction. So, and then I've heard a lot of things under the table about some of the people on the show. So it wasn't as real as it seems. I have spoken to Amanda, who is very nice, and she doesn't actually appear on the show that much. So, What are your top 3 favorite eyeshadow brands? I'm loving Too Faced. I like Urban Decay, and I like Huda Beauty. Those would be my top 3s. Brows would be all about Benefit. I love my Benefit bronzer. I'm a Makeup Forever foundation girl. Yeah, that's my makeup. I really like Too Faced palettes. They have a brand new palette out. It's amazing. Okay. Next one. What was the most wonderful place you've been to in your life? Most memorable place I've ever traveled to is Spain. I studied there when I was in college. I also had a chance to go to Germany and to Portugal, which was pretty awesome. So yeah, Spain more than anything. It takes talent to build a channel with thousands of subs. What do friends and fam think about your success? They're unimpressed. My parents were like, more like they couldn't, my parents and my brother couldn't really believe that you could actually make decent money on YouTube. They were more shocked than anything. But my closest friends don't really even care. They're just like, whatever. One of my best friends, Sarah, she will like pop in and watch, but for the most part, they don't pay attention. And I don't really talk about it with them. So they're more just like, you can make that much doing what? Huh? How's that work? Okay. I keep losing my place. Do you ever question your beliefs? Nope, I do not. I used to, but I don't anymore. Carly Harder wants to know, I said a question already. I just wanted to thank you for putting out your content. I love watching. You're welcome. All right. Oh, the real kid Clutch. He loves me. This guy loves me. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, but didn't know how to approach it. Got any advice? My biggest advice for anyone that wants to start a channel is that you absolutely have to stay focused, because YouTube is really, really, really competitive. And it's also, there's like different people that are on YouTube. There's some people that are like content creators that want to make content and provide like education or entertainment. And then there's other creators that like exist to solely just like live in the drama. And I think like if you want to be successful on this platform, you cannot get like dragged down into drama. So you have to really just like plow through anything that's going on. You can't allow yourself to be canceled just because people don't like you. You need to have a very thick skin and be like able to see people write really nasty things about you. I've seen a lot of really nasty things written about me, and just like remember that people are online and they'll say just about anything because they don't think you're gonna read it, or they just want to get a reaction. And so most of the time I just try not to react or delete it. In the beginning it was a lot harder, but I feel like I'm getting a lot better than that. But thick skin is for sure one of them. And then really just focusing on what your goals are, and valuing what your subscribers or say your members add and believe or want, but always remember to stick to your brand and what your values are. So there's a lot of times I will get requests for content and it literally just is not, it doesn't sit with my heart, like from a value perspective, or I don't want to go there. Like a lot of people, for instance, want me to always talk about Sophia Abraham and I just won't, or they'll want me to talk about a kid and I just won't. So I think just really knowing like what your values are and not straying from them, because it's very easy on this platform to get like as controversial as possible, because the more controversial you are, the more views you're gonna get. But I try not to do that. So do you have a favorite Duggar? This is from Carly Harder says, do you have a favorite Duggar? Also, do you think any of the other Duggars will become more worldly? I really don't have a favorite Duggar because I don't really have like a favorite Fundy. Like that would be weird. So, I don't know who's going to leave. I know it's not going to be Ginger. I know a lot of you guys want to think it's going to be Ginger, but it won't. It's not going to be Jessa. I would say if anything, it would be probably one of the kids that haven't grown up yet. But people can leave at different times. So you could be 55 and Jessa could be leaving. You know what I mean? Like, we never know. Kelly Piling says, please tell me your honest opinion on Janelle Evans and David Eason. Separated or not separated, were we fooled? They were separated for sure. 100%. I just don't think that she could stay away. And I think that the fact that they don't have a lot of money right now played a factor in potentially getting them back together. And the fact that I believe she's codependent, but that's just my opinion. I'm not a mental health person. Okay. Favorite meal ever? That's from Olivia Meyer. If you know anything about me, you know it's very hard for me to pick a favorite, but I will say, because Carolyn asks me this every single day, Katie, what did you have for lunch? And Carolyn will tell you I had a salad. So, Seeker of Truth's husband really, really, really likes to know what I have for lunch every day. AMC Grath 444 wants to know, are you going to be reviewing the new 90 Day season? Did you watch and did you enjoy? I don't know. I go in phases with 90 Day, to be honest. So I'll have to see. There's already a catfishing thing going on with Yolanda. And then there's this guy named Ed that's looking kind of weird. Not just the whole Ed thing's looking a little bit weird. So maybe, I don't know. Okay. Have you ever heard of anything negative about the Busby family outdaughtered? I've heard a lot of criticism about them. I think like with any family that puts their children on TV, there's an equal share of people that are very positive about them and then very negative about them. And I'd say the criticisms that I hear the most common about them is that as they've gotten bigger, they've gotten more egotistical, and some people feel that they don't necessarily put the needs of the kids ahead of. They don't like Danielle being bossy. They don't like Adam blowing up. Has there been scandals? I don't know. Danielle's always pushing multi-level marketing products, so there's that. But other than that, I haven't done enough digging into their background, so I haven't seen like anything crazy. If that's what you're saying. Lori RZ, but I'm like that. I'm just saying like these are the criticisms and stuff. I don't really have an opinion at this point. Lori RZ says, what's your sign? I'm a Scorpio. Lauren Smith says, what is your favorite thing about Minnesota? Probably the lakes and like the trees, even though I'm very allergic to them. But we have very like beautiful lakes that you can walk around and lots of like gorgeous trees, and it's just very pretty here. All right. This person wants to know where my husband got my blanket behind me, and I have no idea. No idea. Favorite non-reality TV show from Vanessa? Gilmore Girls. Just Jelly Beans wants to know if I would be interested in following Vanderpump Rules, and I would probably say no because that show is super fake. Do you get recognized in public for being a YouTuber? Never. I live in the middle of nowhere though, and literally nobody cares about who I am here. So, no. If you could redo one moment in your life so far, what would it be? I would not redo anything. Well, no. What was your favorite part of the 1990s? I was a huge fan. Well, last night I said I wasn't, I don't, my least favorite part of the 90s were eyebrows. Do you remember the eyebrows in the 1990s? They like, we shaved them off and we plucked them so thin. And my eyebrows still have not grown back. So I have to like get a whole brow kit now to make my eyebrows look semi-presentable. Because we plucked them so thin. Like, look at Kate Moss. Google Kate Moss eyebrows. That's what we look like, ladies. We were really into flannels, so I'm like super glad to see flannels coming back in style. I liked the music, but I'm not one of those people that got stuck in the music. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, those people that like their era was like the 1980s or 90s and they literally can't get past it. They're like, that was my time. Those were my years. Yeah, I'm never going to be that person. So, you know what probably my favorite thing about the 90s was? Nobody had smartphones and there was no distractions like the internet. Now it's like smartphones and internet and everyone knows everyone's business and, you know, I wouldn't have a job in the 90s, but yeah. Okay. This question makes me laugh so hard. Which product would you buy? Kale's hair care, Janelle's eyebrow kit, or Farrah's coochie mold? And I said I would never buy her eyebrow kit. I don't want anything to do with her mold, so I guess I would buy Kale's hair care product. I would just never use it because I would be afraid my hair would fall out. Shanny Bells wants to know is choose one to spend the whole day with. Michelle Duggar, Jill Rodriguez, or Jim Bob Duggar. I would love to hang out with Jill Rodriguez because I want to go to the dollar store and see where she gets her amazing green eyeliner. And then I want her to teach me how to make my hair as amazing as hers. Do you think that I could get my hair super teased and green? Eyebrows and eyelashes and yeah. Brittany wants to know if I watched The Bachelor. I have watched it and I actually was trying to get caught up this week, but I was getting kind of annoyed because of the whole Madison thing and the sweets and like I think it's pretty crappy for someone who has a virtue, for instance, like that's very like this is my value, and then you wait until the very last minute to tell someone like, hey, by the way, I don't do that before marriage, but if you do that before marriage and you do it this week, it's not gonna work. Like, I would not waste that much time, especially given that Peter likes to do it with everyone. So that was just my thought. I mean, I have no qualms about people waiting. It's just like, how do you even expect someone like The Bachelor to wait? That's ridiculous. And why would you go on The Bachelor to find someone that's going to match your, like, values? It just would never happen. Okay. Why do you look so happy on YouTube versus your Instagram lives? I'm usually super tired when I'm on Instagram Live. So Instagram is hard for me because that's usually like I've already put my son to bed. I'm getting ready to like calm and chill out. And then it's always darker where I am. So, and then the like chat on Instagram, it's like all up in your face. So it's harder to concentrate versus on YouTube. I don't have to look at the chat if I don't want to, but I can check on the chat if I need to, and it's not like climbing over my face. But on Instagram, it's harder, and so you'll be like talking, and then you'll see like a troll comment, and there can be some really nasty comments on Instagram. But on my YouTube channel, my moderators are pretty awesome, and most people don't bother us, but on Instagram, it's not like that. And I can't like remove a comment, so it's just, you know, it's harder on Instagram. It's not as loving. Hey you guys, I'm sorry for asking questions in the chat. I'm not answering. I'm focusing on what I've got up here, just so you know. Do I know about the Anderson family? Yes. Steven Anderson and his wife, but I will never talk about them because they are NIFB, which is an organization I want no part of being connected to because those people are bad news. Yeah. Linda says, do you think it's possible to get an actual polygamist on your channel for a Q&A? Yes. Actually, I was talking to Amelia today, and I am going to be having Nicole Henderson, who's Kyle Henderson's wife, who was last week on Sister Wives. She and I are going to have an interview. She wants to share her story, and she wants to sort of speak out about Kyle being on Sister Wives this past week. She was in the hospital this week because of what happened to her. She still has some effects from what he did to her throat. So, yes. And then she's going to be working and helping me get some others on here. But I don't know that we would be doing a Q&A. The plan is that we're going to get a polygamist or a former polygamist that will help break down the episodes. And so we can actually talk through, like, this is what they said, what would the reality be? Or, like, what are they hiding? Or why is he doing this? That kind of thing. I'm so excited about you going to your P.O. box. I haven't gone, Linda, yet. I'll go tomorrow. Okay. Carissa says, out of all the Duggar, who's your favorite to do stories about? I don't really have a favorite to do stories about. I mean, I feel like Derek and Jill give us the most tea right now because they're the ones that are like on the outs. So them. Jersey Shore comes back tonight. Will you be watching? Probably not. I don't know. We'll see. What is your favorite song and what's your absolute favorite movie? Don't have one and don't have one. Why did Anna Duggar block me? This is a great question. Do you know why she blocked me on Instagram? So on Instagram, I was she went out with Derek, or not with Derek, with Josh. And I said, must be nice to like be able to go out on date nights every week because you live on your parents' property. She didn't like that. I was just spitting the truth. I mean, if I lived with my parents, I'd be having them babysit all the time. Just saying. Can't take the heat. Get your butt out the she shed, Anna. All right. What's your secret to a long-lasting marriage? I don't know because I haven't been married. I've only been married for like almost 10 years. So, do you ever get nervous speaking about things? Not really. Sometimes there was a period of time where I felt like I was under a lot of scrutiny. So no matter what I said, everyone was like twisting my words. But I've come to this point where it's like, if I'm going to put something out on YouTube, I have to be confident in what I say. And I have to know that anything I say could be misinterpreted or misconstrued. And I just have to accept that. What do you like most about each weather season? I like the crunchy fall leaves. I like the snowflakes. I like the budding flowers in the spring, and I like the warm breezes in the summer. I don't know. Do you miss California weather? I haven't been to California in 16 years, so I'd have to say no. Will you ever be doing any more debunking of pseudoscience? Probably not. All right. I recently started a channel. How do you balance things between filming and time away? Ha! Filming and time away. What's time away? I don't have the best work balance life because I work from my home, and my filming and work is really structured around like what's going on with my family. So it's hard because I feel like I'm constantly moving from, I'm always changing hats throughout the day. So it's like getting up, mom, driving kid to school, mom, coming home, getting ready, working, then, you know, talking to husband, wife, and then driving to get kid, mom, being a pet owner, you know, like, then I have to, like, I'll hang out with my kid, mom, get my kid's stuff, mom, then, oh, gotta go back to work. Oh, wife time at end. So it's just so, like, the one thing that's crazy about this job is that I don't have a set schedule, and every single day it's, like, different. I wish I had more of a routine, to be honest, but I don't. And I couldn't because of my life, which is why I do what I do. Okay. Would you ever have a Christian on your channel to explain what the Duggars do wrong religion-wise? No, because you don't need a religious person to be on the channel to tell you what the Duggars do wrong religion-wise. It's pretty obvious what they're doing wrong. Do I think the sister wives will ever go their separate ways? I don't think so. I don't know. I can't answer that. Who is your favorite YouTuber or social media influencer? I don't really know. I like Jamila Jamil because she influences like body positivity and speaks out about that kind of stuff. I really like any social media person that uses their platform to speak out about injustice, and anyone that's willing to stand up against abuse. And someone yesterday or earlier today was like, why are you focused so much on fundamentalists right now? And I was like, okay, if you haven't noticed a theme on this channel, I have this like passion for victims of abuse. I mean, that's why I started covering Janelle. That's why I started covering Amber Portwood. It's why I ended up in the teen mom world. And now that I'm sort of moving past those stories, you're not seeing as many teen mom stories. And now I'm talking about stuff as it relates to other shows, because that's sort of where my passion is, because I feel like a lot of the stuff that's on right now is glorifying people that are hiding really big secrets, and the secrets are hurting people. So that's sort of what if you haven't noticed, that's kind of what my underlying passion is. And like, I have a passion to expose cults and that kind of stuff, because you're always, you know, you're showing people that are hurting other people. If you could pick one place in the U.S. to move, where would it be if money or family were not a factor? I don't really know. I'm such a like homebody, to be honest, that the idea of even thinking about moving right now is giving me a little bit of anxiety. Maybe Colorado. I really like Colorado. It's really pretty there. Do you enjoy reading? And if so, what books, genres, authors do you like and or recommend? I used to read a lot, but now I spend most of my time researching. So I'm reading more like a lot of articles or like stuff for reading to deliver you guys content. So I don't read so many books anymore. Most of it's just like journals, articles, digging into like court documents. So the last book I read or I listened to on audio was Jessica Simpson's memoir, and I absolutely recommended that. Do you ever get overloaded due to the subject matters you cover, and what do you do to recharge? So one of the harder topics to cover was Amber Portwood's case. That was really overwhelming. Not so much, not just because of like what was going on, but like that audio, I had it for such a long time before I released it. And then it was just sitting here, and it was like, I would have such anxiety because I was like, I knew I had to release it. I knew I was going to do a video. I knew something was coming out. And then it was just like the overwhelming reaction that I got from people. Like all these people are saying like, oh, you built your career on that audio. And it was more like I was just trying to help people. And the backlash and like the trolling that I got from it was really hard. I was not expecting that. What do I do to recharge? I work out sometimes. And then I just try to like turn off my social media, but that's hard. Will you do more stuff on cults? Also the Housewives franchise. I will add more cults. As look at my outfit does not match because I'm wearing my pajama pants. I don't know if the Salt Lake City Wives, when that rolls out, I'll probably cover that, but I don't know. I don't really like a lot of the franchises right now, and I feel like I'm really behind on the franchises, to be honest. And my Real Housewives stuff just does not do as well. I feel like I've like crafted a, I don't want to say that Housewives fans are not like intellectuals, but I feel like I've got a lot of people that are like more complex thinkers that are following this channel for a lot of different reasons for the content, because of the way that I structure like the conversations and the topics that I bring up. So I feel like the Housewives stuff doesn't do as well because it's so fluffy and petty. And I feel like a lot of the women that follow my channel are just like really not about that kind of behavior. So I think that's part of the reason why it doesn't do as well. And I think a lot of my subscribers have told me that they're just sort of over the franchise. So that's where I have with that. I mean, I can't tell you how many of you tell me that you hate the Housewives. But I think I would cover the Salt Lake City ones just because that would be different. Do you ever take a break, and when you go on vacation? I have not been on vacation in like 4 years, so no. If you thought you knew of a man that would be perfect for Jana, would you message her about him? No. No. Why would I set someone up that I don't know? That's crazy. If a woman declares domestic violence and gets a restraining order based on legal statements of abuse, then goes back to her abuser and says it never happens, or gets pregnant by him breaking the RTO, wouldn't she be charged with perjury? I'm seeing a trend of these teen moms, and I'm curious how legally it would work out for them. I don't really know how the law works. I know that I can only share this from my own personal experience, but someone in our family, like not our immediate family, one of my husband's half siblings, he and his significant other, they were like constantly in the courts for DV, and we haven't, like, I've only met the guy one time in 11 years, because we have like, it's weird. My husband has all these half siblings that he has no relationship with. But I know that they had a restraining order, and they kept breaking it, and he kept going to jail for it because they kept breaking it. And then she would get in trouble, and then the judge would like put a permanent one in place, because they would end up in the court because they would start fighting and stuff. So I know that both people can get in trouble, but I don't really know how it works. I'm not really sure. Have you ever had the inside scoop on a big story and didn't report it because you were afraid of backlash or being sued? I actually know a lot of things that I can't talk about. That's the kind of part of this job that's like really hard, because I get to know people, and people that are connected to my stories will tell me a ton of stuff like off the record. And so I know so many details about so many different shows or so many different like situations that I just can't talk about. And I think that's harder for me than backlash or being sued. I've never been sued successfully. Like someone tried to sue me in small claims court, but it was like thrown out immediately because she couldn't do that, and she had no basis. Um, but and like every person always like anytime you like the only people that have like threatened to sue me. I was actually just laughing about this recently because Todd Chrisley was like, "I'm gonna sue you." Yeah, that was in September. He said he was gonna serve me. That never happened. So I don't worry about being sued because I try to be very careful about what I cover, how I cover it, how I say things. Especially if it's like criminal stuff, I always remind people it's like an allegation and that kind of stuff. And this channel is a commentary channel, so I always remember that it's an opinion. And so I just have to kind of stick to that. Like, I'm entitled to have an opinion. So, have you ever wanted a job like Barbara Walters interviewing big stars? Not really. No. What does your husband think about your job, and do your friends and family know about your channel? Also, will Mr. Without a Crystal Ball ever come back? I liked him when y'all did lives together. My husband supports me in whatever I do. My husband and I are both super creative people, and he is a musician, and he likes to like build guitars, and he likes to do woodworking, and he's very like a hands-on kind of creator. And I feel like I am more of a like visual word kind of creator. Either it's written or it's like through these sort of delivery. So I feel like both of us are like super supportive of what we do for that. I think the most challenging thing for him is he really gets like, a lot of you guys have been like, well, why won't you answer questions about your son? That's an agreement between my husband and I now. So we just will not talk about him anymore because of what has happened, and that really did affect him. And so as a family, we've made the decision that like we won't share photos of him on social media anymore. Even on our private Facebooks and our own Instagrams and stuff. Like maybe he might share a few. But, like, my parents were here, like, last week, and they took a photo of my son, and I was like, you can have a photo of him, but you can't put that on Facebook. So that's one part of this job that's hard, because as I've grown, more people are, like, you know, trying to find out things through my parents, and I just don't want my son's photo out there because of what's happened in the past. So, that's been the most challenging, is, like, he just gets upset about my son. So that's why I don't answer any more questions about it. So for those of you that have been giving me shit for not talking about him, that's why. There you go. And he might come back, I don't know. What do you look for in a friend, like a true friend that you can trust no matter what? I am the kind of person that likes someone that is, I'd say, okay, so my closest friends are sarcastic, really sassy, super straightforward. Like one of my closest friends, Dana, will just tell you whatever is on her mind. She doesn't give a flying F. She doesn't care. Loyalty is super important to me. So someone that's like going to be ride or die. Yeah. Compassionate. Understanding. Okay, I might have missed this. Oh, she said, I asked, how do you deal with the politics behind these fundies crazies? I can't bite my tongue over the pics of Josh with Ted Cruz and Gothard with the far-right Republicans beyond problematic. I just sort of look at their politics as just as a part of their fundamental beliefs. So I just try not to pay attention to that because I know that it's rooted in their faith, and it's just sort of an unfortunate part of it. But I don't try to be political on this channel. So I guess like my husband cares more about that kind of stuff than I do, and I do have political leanings and that kind of stuff. I just try not to like talk about it too much. Oh, my friend Dana is so honest, it hurts. But that's okay. Like, that's how I like my friends. Like, it's it's funny because like I could go weeks without talking to her, and then today she'll text me and be like, "Can you meet me tonight?" And I'd be like, "I can't. My husband's having a cyst removed," you know, and we can talk about bowel movements and farting, you know, like that's what I like. And I like girls that aren't super girly, but it's funny because my friend Dana is like such a tomboy, but she's the one that convinced me to do Botox. Who knew? Go Dana. Can you do a funny video about their stupid fashions? Lauren Duggar's hats need to go. Oh, well, sure, we could do a funny fashion show. And then this person said, you literally didn't answer any of the questions, though. I just did now. What are you going to say now? Boom. I can't believe it. That's all the questions. We got through them. I've had a lot of, Trish says, a few years ago when a story broke about Josh, you know, the Duggars were trying to shut people up and they had a lawyer send me a cease and desist to shut my mouth, and I was like, what the fuck? There's definitely things about this job that are not easy, but it's been almost a year of this, you know, almost a year on this channel, and I feel like we're 60,000, almost 60,000 subscribers in. I cannot wait to see what's going to come in this next year. And I'm just like so thankful every single day for all of you guys that are like continuously here and like engaged and and like sharing your opinions and being here and listening and advocating and just being a part of this community, being kind to one another. That part of this job has been amazing. Getting to know my members has been super fun. Learning that I have people that really support me and believe in what I'm doing has been an amazing aspect of this job. My members are so ride or die, to the point where I just love that I can get into heated conversations with them and we can work things out because they just want to protect me from making a bad decision or potentially getting people mad at me. And, you know, I love that about the people that love this channel. I love that there are people on this channel that see injustice and speak out. I love that there are members here that like just want the best for each other and that just want the best for everyone else. I love that you guys are extend me patience when I lose my patience. Some of my members have learned this past week that I'm a very big introvert, and so I've been doing some chats with them like over the phone where we all talk, and it's really hard for me to talk in groups, and it's very overwhelming at times when I have a lot of voices coming at me, because it's very hard for me to process things when things come at me like that, because I am the kind of person that needs to really like listen and digest before I respond, because I don't want to say anything and then when I feel like overwhelmed because people are talking, I can get really short. And that's just like, people always say like if you're on YouTube you must be an alpha personality and you must be an extrovert, and it's like, I'm actually not an alpha personality at all, and I'm not an extrovert. So it's pretty amazing if you think about that. I'm I'm not a beta. I think I'm an omega. I don't even know what that is. I'm very independent, but I don't like to be in charge of other people. It's my ADHD. Yeah, Ari Dow and I, we've gone toe to toe in our calls, but Ari Dow and Jake are helping me grow, and I really appreciate that about them. But people that don't know me and haven't talked to me, they don't know that I'm such an introvert, even though this is what I do for my job. So when I'm not online, a secret about me is that I'm not a talker. So, you know how like Beyonce has Sasha Fierce, you know what I mean? Like that performance person. That's kind of how I feel like when I'm on YouTube is I'm on, I can talk, I can be funny. And then when I'm offline, I'm quiet, I don't talk a lot. I'm always sort of processing. I am the kind of person that like watches everything. So if we're out and about, when I worked in an office, people would always say like, you have like resting bitch face, or you're just not very friendly. And it was more like, it's hard for me to process all the different relationships and all the different things and all the different So I tend to just be like quieter. And even in my house, I'll notice that I haven't spoken for a really long time. Like, my house is so noisy because of my son and my dogs and my husband. And I'll just be sitting there like, because I'm always in my head. I'm always thinking. It's my ADHD, I'm sure. It's hard to process things when you have ADHD. So a lot of times I'm just more quiet than not. So. You have it too? Well, it's good. It's like I can be on for a period of time, but then when I'm off, I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. Jessie is fine, you guys. A lot of you guys have been asking about her. She is going through, I don't want to like put her stuff out, period, because it's not my place, but just keep her in your thoughts. Jessie's going through a lot. She is still very much a part of this family. We love Jessie so much. There's not like any bad blood here. She just has some stuff going on at home right now. And so we are giving Jessie all the space and the time that she needs to manage all of that. Okay? But she'll be back. She will be back. I just talked to her yesterday. So she just got a lot going on right now. The ADHD club. She'll be back. She misses you. All of you. She said she misses you guys. But she's got a lot of changes going on in her life right now. So she'll be back. I have some of my moderators that will come and go. Jessie will always be here and will always love you guys. So, yes. So if you want to send her love, you can, I think she's on Twitter and on Instagram. You can always send her a message and just tell her you're thinking about her. But we love Jessie. I've been missing her like crazy, but I also know that she's got a lot going on. So, March Madness. Jessie was on yesterday. She's moving right now. So there's just a lot going on. Moving, kids in school, like there's just craziness right now. She said that she'll be back. She actually sent me a text message yesterday and she told me that once everything gets settled in her life, she will be back because this community is so important to her. And it's like the one place where she feels like she has contact with all of you. So she can't wait to get back. And I just said, take all the time you need. So there you go. Jessie loves you guys. But we've got Team Schrader here and Renee and Nadia. And Amanda's back, Super Freak. And we might be adding a couple more moderators here, but I'll probably be picking them from my, I have a couple people in mind that I might add as moderators, but they are members, so we'll see. Right now, we're doing pretty good on moderators, though. I feel like it's been really easygoing. My moderators are very ride or die. I wish I could. Cherie Miller, you have like, I think you have like, don't you have like 3 different YouTube names? Don't worry, Jesse will be fine. No, moderators are just people that offer to volunteer. Matt Todd, I didn't forget about you. Everyone knows that you're the troll hunter. Truth Cult in Australia. They sound like fun days. I can look into them, Airwaves. I think you're like the 5th person that's brought that up. I just gave Matt Todd a shout out. I feel like Matt Todd has been like Team Schrader. If you want to know Team Schrader's name, her name is Melissa. So say hello to Melissa. Nadia is who got me all of the, Nadia 168 is who got me all the benefit stuff. Oh, you just this one. Do you have a different name on you? I think you must have a different name on Twitter, right? Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Matt is the best. Matt worked so hard to get his moderator grunge. He's our guy. Oh, Puddin is here. I haven't seen Puddin has a new picture. Do you know that there's an actual YouTube account called Troll Hunter that like follows me? They love me. Nadia, so the current moderators that I have been with me for a really long time. I think Nadia and Melissa have been with me. Nadia's been with me since, oh my God. Oh, hi, just Joanna. I answered one of your questions. Matt Todd for mod, yes. We had Matt Todd for mod. You guys voted him in. You did. Hey, Lorianne. I haven't seen you in a minute. Where you been, Lori? I haven't seen you guys. Oh, there's Amanda. You know what I've learned about Amanda today? She has a southern accent, and I love that. She's like southern. I've been with you as long as I've known you. That counts, Shady. But I feel like Nadia has literally been with me since I've had maybe like 3,000 subscribers. There was nothing on my channel when Nadia started following me. Nothing. That's the only difference, Cherie? Okay. Matt Todd has been loyal for a very, very, very long time. Yes. So is Amanda, Super Freak. Jesse was Scarlett, who is not here right now, Scarlett was working today. I think Scarlett had a really long shift at work today. So Scarlett has been super loyal to me for... Scarlett was my friend on Non Sequitur. So that's how I know Scarlett. That's how I knew Jesse too. Yes, remember the big headphones I used to wear? Oh God, you don't have to wear headphones when you're on YouTube, by the way. Why do people wear headphones? I don't get it. Why does everyone wear headphones? I absolutely love everything. Oh, I did the purple hair for Pride last summer. Yes. That was a long time ago. Someone was on my channel this week and they said, your channel has gotten so much better. And I was like, that's what I'm hoping. I was hoping I would have been more loyal, but I didn't know how to figure out the internet. Please post a photo. Oh God, the headphones were so bad. Linda Storres has been taped. Lori Ann. Taped headphones. Lori Ann is probably one of my favorite Twitter trolls. And I don't mean that like badly, but Lori Ann spends a lot of time on Twitter. Like, she makes me laugh. I was actually reading a bunch of your tweets today, and I was like laughing so hard. The Jilly Juice, yes. Oh, Mindy. Mindy's been with me for a really long time too. You know what the best part of it was that I had some loyal subbies that kind of got caught up with everything. And then they came back and they were just like, I can't believe it, Katie. I totally messed up. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. And it's been so much better, you guys. It's been so chill. And yes, Lori, you get mad. I know. I did listen to something. I'm not going to say what I listened to tonight. But I briefly popped in on a live stream earlier tonight, and I heard someone say, Katie has ride or die subscribers. And I was like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Mindy Morningstar is always messaging me about the Duggars. She's obsessed with the fundies. Someone sent me a message today and was like, too many fundies. I feel like the fundy stuff is like the best content I do. I have never heard someone describe my subscribers as ride or die, but I liked hearing that. Hearing that made me remember like how awesome you guys are. Hey, a real housewife. Not enough funnies. I know some of you guys would like, someone sent me a message and they said, you have done 76 videos on fundies this month. And I was like, yeah, great. But if you guys watched me from the very beginning, you know that this is the kind of stuff that I'm passionate about. So it shouldn't be a surprise that this is what I'm covering now. We're going to do a lot more stuff with the polygamists. A lot more stuff. So hang tight. We're going to get Nicole Henderson on. We're going to get I'm going to see if I can get Melissa back on. I feel like, the cool thing, you guys, I didn't even tell you this, but Showbuzz Cheat Sheet, which is like a sort of like blog, entertainment, sort of, they cover the Duggars a lot and Sister Wives, and then like TV show Ace and some of these other like blogs that talk about reality TV have been watching this content because I have the connections now with the Duggars and with the Sister Wives. And they've been seeing what we're doing here. And so if I can just impress anything on you guys, is make sure you're following me on Twitter, because during Sister Wives and stuff, I am live tweeting. And one of the things that I really want to be able to do with this is to help sort of like peel back the like layers of what we see on TV to show the reality, because I don't think that we should be normalizing an abusive practice. I feel like half of you guys are with me, like, when are the Duggars going to prison? I wish I could talk about the Danny Masterson stuff, but it's just like, ugh. Yeah. I've been quoted twice in the last couple days related to Sister Wives. And the polygamy advocates were like so excited. Yes, that's Frida on the couch. Aw, Terry says she loves me ever since last month. That's so sweet. Yeah. Reddit either loves me or hates me, but can I just say I'm kind of excited to be done with the Teen Mom stuff? Oh, God. Oh, well, there's not new stuff on Danny Masterson. There's just, like, stuff about Danny and Scientology. Well, I wouldn't say that none of them are... Someone said since none of them are following in the steps of the family. I wouldn't say that's true, because they're marrying people that are still in the polygamy world. So even though they say they're not going to have, like, polygamists now... I don't know if that'll be true down the line. All right, you guys, I'm so tired. And I'm going to have a long day tomorrow because hubby is recovering and he has a brace on, and I still have to spend some time with him because he literally my husband literally got up like 2 hours ago. He slept all day. So I want to go spend some time with him. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Thank you to all of my ride or dies. Thank you to all of you guys who are on the twatter fighting the good fight. Make sure to be nice to each other. Thank you for all of your questions. This was super fun. I love doing Q&As where there's questions that you won't normally answer or ask me. So thank you guys for all of that. But yes, Mindy, Teen Mom brings way too much drama. Exactly. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I will be back tomorrow. Bye.